Boys, and the 2% of girls who do watch my videos. What's going on, guys? I'm Ethan. Hope you're having a great day. Welcome back to the video of the channel, whatever, all that stuff. We are at Encore again, and I haven't been here for a little bit. I actually took like a 5-day break from playing live because that last session was brutal. Anyways, we're gonna be doing something a little bit different here today, guys. So I'm gonna be playing the cash right now. It's about 3 o'clock right now. And there's a tournament though going on at 7. It's a 7,500 guarantee, $160 buy-in. And shout out to whoever said to mix things up and try to play tournaments, because I did. I ended up playing online in my app that I play, and I actually banked one. It was a 5K guarantee. I banked it, won 1,300, my first tournament ever. So if you want to play online and you don't know where to start, hit me up. I have some info in the description. I play on this app called PP Poker. Join my club. Hit me up either through email. Oh my God! Shut up! Either hit me up through Either hit me up through email or Telegram, and I'll get you all hooked up with playing online poker. But anyways, we might be playing some online, so it's 3 o'clock right now. I'm gonna hop into some cash 1-3 for about 3-4 hours, see what happens, report back to you, obviously, and ideally we're gonna play that tournament and see how things go, because it's brought me like a new perspective, and I don't know, just trying to play for value got me a new perspective on playing poker. So we're gonna see how things go today with that. So we're back to playing live. Let's see how things go, and let's just do it. Let's get into some of the hands, shall we? So first hand, it's half decent. We have pocket aces, and what's better than pocket aces is that there's a straddle on board as well. Awesome. Let's do this. So I open things up to $25, and we're on a very active table, sizing to 25. Usually opening size would be closer to 20, but 25, I'm okay with it. A middle position player calls, and the undergun player who straddled, he calls as well. He's fairly active, and he also covers me. So we're going to go to a flop 3 ways. The flop comes all hearts. It's Jack 4-5, and we do not block any of the, we don't have the ace of hearts. That's all I'm trying to say. So I am going to c-bet here $60, just keeping all the jacks and any hearts in play. And only the undergun player, who's fairly active, he decides to make the call. So we are going to a turn heads up. Turn comes the 6 of clubs. Awesome card for us. I am fairly short with only $203 in my stack. Here I just I don't really go for a big sizing. When he checks to me, I throw out a bet of $100. I only have 2 blacks and 3 whites, so I throw out the $100. He calls fairly quickly, and we're off to a river, which is the deuce of spades. So the flush draw does not get there, and when he checks to me once again, I'm gonna go jam. It's only $103. Like I said, trying to milk him for 3 streets of value with my overpair. He doesn't feel too great about it, but does make the call, and we take it down. We show, and we take it down with a pocket aces, so it's a nice little double up first hand that we go over. Ace king offsuit in the small blind, and the early position player opens it up to $6. There are 2 callers after him, and actions onto me. I am definitely going to be putting in a 3-bet here out of position, so I 3-bet to $45, and on an active table, all 3 players make the call. So we are going to a flop 4 ways in a 3-bet pot here, totally out of position. The flop comes 9, 10, 7, 2 spades and a club out there, and here, just no reason to push it. Usually I would. In the past, I would try to win this one for no reason, but here I just decided to check, and action checked all the way around. So we go to a turn, which is the 9 of clubs, and I am obviously just going to give up here. I check once again, and action checks all the way around again somehow. So that's cool. Maybe we can improve somehow. Maybe ace king high is good. Probably not though. So we go to a river, which is the king of clubs. The backdoor flush draw does get there, but we do improve the top. I go for a small bet. We bet into 3 other players, and I throw it about a $50. The early position player, pre-flop raiser, he doesn't think too long before making the call, and everyone else folds. So I decide to show, and he shows queen jack of spades. So he flopped the absolute world and didn't bet it at all. So We lose that one. I think it was a mandatory. It was a mandatory bet. Like I always said, I always say mandatory, but I think I think that's more of a value bet for sure. I can just easily bet fold there. He probably should have raised, but I guess he was afraid of the backdoor flush. Regardless, we lose that one. Following hand after that, we have pocket sevens in early position, and I raise things up to $15 over a limper. The small blind and the big blind call, so we are going three ways to a flop in position, somehow in early position. Flop comes 7 deuce deuce rainbow. Okay, good flop for us. Action checks to me. Flopping top boat, really not anything I can do, so I decide to just check it back. And we go to a turn, which is the ace of clubs. It brings in a backdoor flush draw, and once again, action checks all the way to me. Great card for me to just kind of try to bet on, and I decided to bet $25, and the small blind player makes the call. The river is the 4 of spades, and the small blind checks to me, and here I think I just have to bet big. I don't think an ace will ever fold in this spot, and maybe I can look like a bricked flush draw that is trying to barrel. So I decided to essentially bet pot $100, and he snap folds, showing pocket eights. So it wasn't like we were going to get any value out of that, but that is a pretty good flop for sevens, I'll say. Following hand, we have ace king offsuit in the big blind, and there's an on the gun +1 limper. An early position player raises to $18, and the button calls. Early position player has been playing super loose, but also fairly well, which, that's fine. It's rare to see in 1-3, but I think he's been playing fairly well, but he's been raising pretty big, and he's been pretty loose. He called like a $73 all-in with 8-7 offsuit and flop tripped 8. So he's been running really well as well. So here, just going to put him to the test here, especially with the caller here, I am going to 3-bet to $75, and he's the only one who makes the call. He's been defending a lot of his raises, and he's been fairly active trying to see flops. So let's go to a flop out of position. Flop comes deuce, 3, 6, 2 hearts out there. What a horrendous board for us. We do have the king of hearts, so like a backdoor flush draw, kind of, but realistically, it's a terrible board. So obviously, with a terrible board, heads up in a 3-bet pot, we're going to try and win it like an asshole. We see bet $80, and he thinks and makes the call. We go to a turn, which is the 4 of spades. This does not help us whatsoever. I, once again, throw out a bet of 150. Realistically, I think I should be shutting down here because I don't think I can fold out any of his middling pairs, but once again, he makes the call, and when he calls here, we're just going to have to shut down. It wasn't even a heart that came out. I should really be shutting down on this turn all the time. But anyways, we're going to a river, which is the 7 of diamonds. The board could not be more connected and not in my favor. So I just give up, I check, and he shows pocket 8s, and we lose that one. So blasted off $150 that I didn't need to blast off, unfortunately, and this is just one of my leaks in my game that I need to fix eventually. At least I'm very cognitive and aware that this is me just losing and lighting money on fire. So yeah, we're going to be better at this one. Hand after that, we have queen 10 of hearts in the cutoff, and the other player raises it up to $18. This is the same player from last hand. Like I said, he's been playing fairly loose, but also playing well and making good reads on his opponents. So I decided to just flat here in the cutoff in position, and we're going to go to a flop. Flop's pretty good for us. It's 10-10 king rainbow, and he leads out for $30 here in position with my trips, basically the nuts, and I decide to just flat here. I make the call. The turn is the 8, bringing in a full rainbow, and he thinks for a long time he wanted to bet, it seemed like, but he decided to just check. So from my perspective, he really wanted to continue c-betting here, but stopped, and for me, it looked like a sign of weakness. I make a very exploitative check back with my trips. It seemed from the time he's been very analytical and reading his opponents, and I wanted to play this on the trickier side, and I'm really pretty short as well, so I could go for the raise jam on the river here when he does bet, because I just think, when I check, it looks like a weakness. He can definitely try to bluff it with air, and I just want to get more value on the river because honestly, there's not a whole lot of cards I'm afraid of. So I decided to make an exploitative check back, and we go to a river, which is the 7, and he leads for $60, but he looked fairly cautiously about it. I'm here sticking with my plan since I am so short with like like, I don't even know what I have. I have like $200, a little bit over 200 in front of me. So I decided to go ahead and jam here, and he snap folds. So here we take it down. I think I got max value out of that hand with his little bit of nothing, it seemed like. I don't think he snap folded to king. So that's how that hand went. This next one is a fun one. It's a fun one. We have pocket deuces in the small blind, and a middle position player opens it up to $15. Looks like a fairly new recreational player, and I am the only caller of this $15 raise. So we're going to a flop, which comes 3, 4, 5 rainbow, and I am checking here with my open-ended, and he throws out a bet of $25. He has like $60 behind or whatever it is, like a fairly insignificant amount. So here, like, sometimes my pair can be good, but also just going for the draw. I decided to just go ahead and say fuck it. We're just gonna jam, see what happens. We put them all in, about $85 total, and he snap calls. So we're gonna have to try and improve somehow when he snap calls this jam. We go to a run out. The turn is a queen and the river is a jack, so not the cards that I wanted to see. I show my pocket deuces and they're good? They're good? What do you mean that they're good? I don't know. I was very reluctant to show my ducks, but I guess we win that pot there. So that was a fun one to win. It's something new every day. You usually don't get snap called with bottom pair or under pair to a to a 3-4-5 board and win. So we'll take it down. The last hand we'll go over in this video is not one I'm very proud of. Very, very fishy, but I'm going to have to report it, so let's go ahead and do it. So we have pocket nines in the under the gun, and I opened it up to $15. There's 2 callers and a button, 3 bets to $55. He watches the channel, shout out to you. I haven't seen him make a move all day, and it just seems like strength, especially from the button. He's in position here. And it's a really small 3-bet, unfortunately. So for $40 more, I decided to call with my nines, basically just set mine, and also trying to set a decent price for the other people behind as well. Maybe set myself a better price. And unfortunately, the other callers fold, so we're going to go heads up to a flop. Flop comes king 10-7 rainbow. Not a board that I love with nines, so we're just giving up here. I decided to check, and he checks it back, actually. The turn is the jack of diamonds, bringing it back to a flush draw, also giving me open-ended. So I decided to check, and he throws out a bet of $60. I don't really think he has like a hand like ace-king or something, so I think that my open-ended outs are clean for some reason, actually. In my head right now, I just thought that ace-king would easily c-bet the flop there. So when he doesn't c-bet this flop, I don't really put him on many hands besides ones that are already made right now, like ace-queen, or a hand like pocket queens, pocket jacks, whatever that makes any 8, queen, or 9 safe outs for me, it seems like. So we're going to see. I decided to just call here the $60, and we go to a river, which is the 8 of spades. It's literally a perfect card for us. So for that reason, I check. I don't know why I check. It's such a stupid check. I literally hate this check all the time. I should be betting when I hit like the miracle card that actually gives me a pretty decent hand here. I can easily just bet fold if he does jam. But he bets $125 for me, and I obviously snap call. He shows pocket aces, and we crack them with our nines. So that was really unfortunate. I feel really bad about that one because I just played it horrendously. Like every street, I hated my line on every street besides the flop by checking the flop and checking the turn. But I hate calling that turn bet, and I hate not leading out in the river. So this was a really fishy hand, and yeah, just had to report this one because it happens. Just going to be transparent about it. I hate showing you guys these horribly played hands, but sometimes that's just how it goes. Alright boys, we just cashed out, and I was wrong. There is no tournament today. Totally wrong. So instead, we cashed out and we're playing a turn. Oh no, I'm dropping shit everywhere. I have too many things in my hands. I look like an idiot right now. I swear to God, I look like an idiot. Anyways, playing PP right now, playing a little 7K guarantee. And we're playing a tournament. We found a way to play one, even though we couldn't find one live. Turns out that they run the tournament on Thursdays and Fridays, not Wednesdays, but they did have the high-end promotion. Anyways, this session went fairly well. I can't say I played amazing. I feel really gross and bad about the pocket nines hand, but it happened. All right, it happened and it worked in our favor. Oh my God, relax. Everything. Jesus fucking Christ. Please relax one time. Oh, this garage is absurd. Anyways, playing a little tournament, but tomorrow we're going to be playing one. What is happening right now in this garage? I gotta get in here, finish this outro, because I don't want to be standing out here in this madness anymore. This guy just keeps sounding his alarm. It's crazy. Okay. Anyways, this outro has been all over the place, and quite honestly, I'm not really proud or happy with this outro, but we're gonna go with this take, because why not? Welcome to Encore. The garage is an absolute shit show. Okay, like I said, I did not play great, but we did find a winning session somehow. We were in the game for 400, out of the game for 727, so we got a little bit of profit, 300 bucks. I'll take it, it's fine. I don't deserve it because of that pocket nines hand, but it happened and I'm not going to complain about it. So tomorrow, I am actually going to be playing a tournament, which is cool. They run a tournament at noon, 5K guarantee, $160 buy-in. We're gonna play that, I think. Gotta mix things up. I really like the tournament style. It's fun. I'm having a good time playing tournaments, and it's a breath of fresh air. So shout out to the person that commented. Shout out to the person that commented that I should do that, because that is very helpful advice. So anyways, guys, we're signing off for now. Be on the watch out for the next video, playing a tournament. I think I'm gonna be a little bit better, just learning some stuff, learning about my game, getting a different perspective on poker. Everything is helpful. So we're gonna get rolling and in this vlog now. Thank you guys so much for watching. Leave a like if you enjoyed, or even if you made it this far. I really appreciate it if you did smash that like button. That's all I can ask for you guys. But anyways, I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace out.